Before we begin, take a breath with me. If you've ever felt emotionally exhausted without fully understanding why, if your emotions sometimes feel heavier than your circumstances, or if you find it difficult to truly relax even during moments of rest, you are not alone. Here, we explore self-reflection, emotional well-being, and the ways our habits, beliefs, and experiences shape how we move through life. This content is intended for educational and reflective purposes only. It is not medical, psychological, or legal advice, and it is not intended to diagnose, treat, or replace professional care. Everything shared here is simply an invitation to slow down, reflect, and become more aware of the patterns that may be influencing your daily experience. Now let's begin. There is something I've noticed again and again. Many people who feel emotionally drained are not careless, selfish, or irresponsible. In fact, they're often the exact opposite. They are thoughtful people, responsible people, dependable people, the people others rely on, the people who quietly carry more than most people realize. And that alone is worth reflecting on. Because emotional exhaustion does not always arrive through major life events. Sometimes it develops gradually, year after year, responsibility after responsibility, commitment after commitment. Without realizing it, a person can become so focused on supporting others that they slowly lose touch with their own needs. Many people live with an invisible rule they rarely question. If I don't do it, everything will fall apart. If someone is disappointed, I must have done something wrong. If I say no, I am letting people down. At first glance, these beliefs can look like kindness, like maturity, like strength, and sometimes they are. But when a person's value becomes tied to constantly being available, helpful, or accommodating, the emotional cost can become surprisingly heavy. Over time, some people begin to feel emotionally depleted. They may notice that rest no longer feels as restorative as it once did. They may find themselves carrying a persistent sense of tension, pressure, or emotional fatigue. Others may struggle to fully relax, even when there is no immediate problem to solve. Of course, human experiences are complex, and physical symptoms or emotional struggles can have many different causes. But many people describe feeling as though something inside them has been asking for attention for a long time. Not because they are broken, not because they are falling, but because they have been carrying more than they were meant to carry alone. One pattern that often appears in people who overgive is constant emotional vigilance. They pay close attention to how everyone else is feeling. They read the room, they monitor reactions, They adjust themselves to avoid conflict. They try to keep everyone comfortable. And while this may seem helpful, maintaining that level of awareness day after day can become exhausting. Eventually, some people begin carrying disappointments they never express, needs they never voice, feelings they never allow themselves to acknowledge. Not because they lack strength, but because they have become so accustomed to caring for others that caring for themselves feels unfamiliar. The challenge is that emotional exhaustion rarely announces itself all at once. It builds quietly. One compromise at a time, one unspoken frustration at a time, one postponed need at a time, until eventually a person realizes they have spent years supporting everyone else while barely noticing their own emotional well-being. Many people who struggle with overgiving share a similar fear. They do not want to be perceived as selfish. So they continue giving, continue accommodating, continue carrying. But kindness without balance can eventually become depletion. Human beings need rest. They need reciprocity. They need connection. They need space to exist without constantly proving their worth through productivity, usefulness, or sacrifice. And this is where restoration often begins. Not through forcing positivity, not through pretending everything's fine, not through endlessly pushing forward, but through greater self-awareness. Through recognizing that caring for others should not require abandoning yourself. Through understanding that boundaries are not rejection, that rest is not laziness, that your needs matter too. Sometimes meaningful change begins when a person finally gives themselves permission to be included in the care so they freely offer everyone else. If you recognize yourself in this message, I hope you remember this. Feeling tired does not mean you are weak. It may simply mean you have been carrying more responsibility, pressure, or emotional weight than you recognized. And sometimes real strength begins the moment a person stops believing they must hold up the entire emotional world around them. If this message resonated with you, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who may need it, and leave a comment below. Sometimes simply putting an experience into words can be the first step toward greater clarity and self-understanding. And remember, inner balance does not always begin when life becomes easier. Sometimes it begins the moment we stop abandoning ourselves in order to keep everything else together. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next video.